go up and.
Is Councilmember Oppenheimer with us?
He lives there, yeah.
3 AM, that's dedication.
It is. That's amazing. Can you hear us? Yep, okay.
Got it.
Got it, all right, perfect.
I'm thinking.
Where's?
Stop.
Very good. All right, here we go. Let's call the meeting of May 4th to order. Please stand for the pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. All right, thank you. Can you do a roll call, please?
Yes. Counselor Knopfinger.
Here.
Counselor Bouchard. Counselor Reynolds.
Here.
Mayor Burris.
Here.
Counselor Sandusky.
Here.
Counselor Chris. Counselor Oppenheimer.
All right, thank you. And we have the minutes for March 16th, regular 7. Ready to go over those? We're seeing anything?
Move, we take them as they are.
Second. All right. Moved in second to approve the minutes. Any other discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes.
Mayor,
Yes.
we need to give Councilmember Oppenheimer an opportunity
Oh.
where he's online.
Sorry.
Sorry.
Unmute and say aye.
I'm good. Thanks.
Pat, thank you.
Aye.
That was an aye.
Okay.
Aye, yes, aye. Thank you for that. All right, now we have a proclamation for National Day of Prayer. You like to read that, please? I will. Thank you.
Proclamation Day of Prayer. Whereas the National Day of Prayer is a tradition first proclaimed by the Continental Congress in 1775. Whereas the National Day of Prayer was established as an annual event by a joint resolution of Congress in 1952 and signed into law by President Truman. Not sure what we're supposed to go there, LAS. The law was amended, the proclamation was amended in 1988 and signed by President Reagan, designating it as the first Thursday in May each year. Whereas recognizing April as Sexual Assault Awareness Month provides an opportunity for members of the community to celebrate the voices of survivors and
I think we missed the paragraph there.
it seems that's
That seems to switch topics.
certainly did. Well, it's on here. That's what it is.
We need to.
Yeah, it's on there.
Where are we at? I lost our spot here.
I touched the wrong one. It's my fault. Sorry.
Well,
How about we amended to say that whereas recognizing the
Oh, I see.
second or the first Thursday in May, which in this case would be May 7th. 2026 as the National Day of Prayer.
well, let me finish, because that is here.
Yeah, I think you got the next paragraph, skip the next paragraph.
Yeah.
Now therefore, we, the mayor and council of the city of Tillamook, Oregon, hereby proclaim Thursday, May 7th, 2026 as a day of prayer in the city of Tillamook. And we invite citizens to observe this day in ways appropriate and significant to their faith.
We won't sign
Here.
it.
Yeah, may I correct it
Yes.
and have you guys sign it?
Correct, let's see. Thank you.
Linda, we apologize for the
And
We'll get it done right.
she had a couple of things she wanted to.
Perfect. Come up to the podium and talk, yes, thank
So-
you.
We've been doing National Day of Prayer in Tillamook, I believe it's since 1996. And we've been doing prayer as a county since 1997. And I want you to know that we really appreciate the work all of you do for us. And I'm very thankful for you. We pray for you regularly. And we try to pray for you daily. because we have, and I just wanted to share some of the prayer guides that we use that have your names in them. And we, this is, I'm afraid it's the January to March edition, but anyway, I want to give this to you. And I also would like to give you a 50 Days of Prayer book in which we're also praying for you. And the churches all over Tillamook County are lifting up the needs of the community and the cities and our state nation. So I hope that you'll find this is a support because we pray and love. So I'd like to share, I didn't bring enough I brought enough for the city councilors. And if anybody wants them, I'll get you one. So.
Mayor, if I may, while she's passing those
Yeah.
out, the National Day of Prayer will be happening on Thursday. There is an event planned. I think Linda can give you the times and dates of that. And then, just so you know, in my role as city manager, we're waiving the permit fees for amplified sound for this one.
So here. It is. Good. Thank you.
I should let you guys pass it. Oh, yeah. And I also want to share something, and one of the things that our group, we can pass these around and let others can be left out. We're working on unity in every area of we pray for unity in our government. And we pray for unity between the churches and the services that take care of people. And this last year, actually, this is the third year, we've done a resource guide to build bridges between services so that people can help each other. And this actually has a QR code that I just learned not too long ago, next to Aline at First Christian. And this can be uploaded onto your smartphone and you can find all kinds of resources for people that need it. And I just would like you guys to have a copy. You're here helping people. And all. Yeah. Oops, it looks like I didn't bring in, no, did I? Maybe. There. I guess it is. Okay. Okay.
Thank you very much.
So the one thing we didn't do is introduce Linda.
I'm Linda Hanrick.
Thank you. And what?
I'm the president of the Tillamook County White Bird since 1997. I've been at it
For everything you do. And what time Thursday?
12 noon, just walk across the street. And we're gonna have, the children from Coastline Christian and, Hope Inspired School that will be leading the worship. And they're really, really, really cute, I can tell you. And then we are loading everybody on the bus, all the kids, and we are going to take them to the National Day celebration in Salem, where they're going to be singing in the,
Rotunda.
yeah, in the rotunda. And right next to the National Guard band. So I'm really proud of our little schools, yeah.
Beth?
If I could. It's somewhat related. But I don't know who to bring it up to now or later, but it used to be a tradition. And it's been since pre-COVID, we have kind of stopped it. There was a baccalaureate
Yes,
for the graduating senior class.
We dropped the ball on that, haven't we?
There hasn't been one in a while, and I'm just wondering if there was anything in place.
I'll say no,
The graduation is upcoming, so
It should never happen again, so I'll take that on myself. Maybe can't get it done, but we will not let that slip again. That used to be the responsibilities of Patrick.
I know it went through the economic.
Yeah, so through the.
yes.
Patrick's, yeah. We took you take care of everything.
Right, just in.
Thank you, Linda.
High school.
Thank you.
Alright. Next is public comment for other than public hearings. Any person may address the council after being recognized by myself. However, topics which are under appeal or legal in nature cannot be addressed. Please state your name and address for the record. Time is limited to 3 minutes per person. Does anybody have anything to bring up?
I'll start.
Come on up.
I've got two quick things. Terry Phillips, the sewer rates. A lot of discussion a couple of weeks ago, a lot of numbers thrown around. Some accurate, some probably inaccurate, but I just feel like we need to put a lot of effort into how we move forward. I mean, I'm good with an increase initially, but I think for that big bulk of money, we really need to do some homework. We need to have some workshops, we need to have input, we need to think about this. You know, for my money, you were a big advocate of the increase versus a bond, which would go on our property taxes. We were debating about which would be more, how it would affect us on a yearly basis. But let's keep in mind that bond disappears. It vanishes in 20 years, you know, when it's paid off, it's gone. Those sewer rate increases over 20 years aren't going anywhere. We own them. And I just think that we need to think long and hard about all this. Parking. And late last year, we talked about parking. Gonna rewrite some ordinances, we're gonna put up new signs. We're gonna work with downtown merchants to solve our parking issues. That was the game plan we had. A few months passed, nothing happened, then we decided we could enforce what we had. By golly, we'd enforce what we had, and now we've decided not to enforce it. So we're back to not enforcing parking downtown. Which is concerning to me. I'm a small business owner, I've got a lot of friends, neighbors that are small business owners. Those parking spots are very valuable to us. They're valuable, I mean, without our businesses downtown, we don't have anything. They're not gonna be able to pay increased sewer rates if they don't exist. So I think that it's prudent that we revisit how we're gonna handle downtown parking. We were doing a good job for a minute. And I believe that I'm accurate in the fact that we've elected not to enforce anymore, am I right?
No, actually,
Okay. Well, I hope I'm wrong, because that's the word I got, was that we had decided that we couldn't. What's the real story?
the real story, if I may.
That was just fast.
The real story is that nothing has changed from the time a couple months ago. Our code enforcement is still making regular rounds, whether you see them or not, they're still making regular rounds. Along with that, on Thursday, May 13th at 10 AM. Been looking to send invitations out. But on May 13th at 10 AM at the Coliseum Theater, we're going to invite everybody in the downtown district to a parking summit where we will talk about parking. And we've secured the venue, we've secured some of the things that we want to talk about, where we will bring different options and different things. But we want to get to the business community as a whole, because over the last several months, what we found is that there are some people aligned one way about parking and some people aligned another way about parking, and we get conflicting reports from both of them. And so we kind of want to bring everybody together, have some interactive features where you can get on your cell phone and provide us real-time input. And so we're gonna do this, and then the folks at the Coliseum Theater have been very gracious to give us that venue for free for an hour or so on May 13th. So we were going to announce that tonight, and email invitations are going out to our business license list tomorrow, I think is what we're working towards. And so that's where we're at.
At 10 AM, right?
Yep.
And we will have a resolution on what we are going to actually do by when.
But it depends on the outcome of that meeting and what comes out of the summit.
This is a conversation that we started last August to September,
Mhm.
and we are looking at summer squarely in phase.
Alright.
I'm sure we'll handle it, right?
Good.
So is the concern, like, trying to set whatever, how we're gonna set the resolution of what we're gonna enforce, and then like let people know with mailings, and then we're gonna start enforcing these rules on this date, or what's the idea of going forward?
The idea going forward is we have several different options. We can keep the status quo, we can, levy fees for more enforcement, we can go to we looked at a paid parking model with validations to see how that might work. We've looked at several different things, I don't wanna
Right.
give the whole thing away, but we're gonna talk about the different options and let the business community give us a thumbs up or a thumbs down on whether they like this option, that option, or whatever. And then we can come back and say, based on what we've heard from the business community. But so far, what we've seen is there's some members of the business community on one side of the issue, some members of the business community on the other side of the issue. And we're only hearing from 2 or 3 people, and we want to hear from a broader perspective.
So in theory, we should be able to have this meeting, get the ideas, and maybe by the June meeting, here's some kind of.
I we could bring some resolution back and have some thoughts, but, and again, it depends on what we hear at that meeting and what the data brings out.
I just wanna kind of put a timeline in there for.
And you're advertising it how?
Through our business license registration, we collect emails for every business owner, so we're going to send them an email inviting to this.
Anybody else? Do we have anybody online?
I'm just Councilor Alpert.
Just not. All right. Come on up. You're next. Just state your name for us and address.
Ken's World, 9540 Golden Hill Road, Toma. Recently, we started the coffee shop at Napa, Harrisburg, so kind of have a vested interest in downtown now. We own, Swall Transport, kids now own it. We work for the city in the sewer areas from clear back in the early 2000s. We used to do video taping, so we had videos, we did the whole city at one time. So, 12, 15 years ago, the city had bad sewer lines, and I can only imagine they're worse. My concern is that there's not enough research done on how to raise the rates, how to get your money for fixing the sewer lines. As a business owner, housing for employees is hard, so we aren't gonna get more housing until we get some infrastructure in the sewer line. How are we gonna do that? To me, that's very important, because we have drivers come in from out of town that can't find housing. Small businesses in town, every penny counts, and I don't feel like the city, in my experience, working with the North Town businesses, we do the lift stations down there, offer 24 hours repair service or pumping services, do the grease traps down there. It's really expensive to do that, and there's some infrastructure out there that needs to be updated everywhere, but I think it's prudent that you guys do enough research to know the cheapest way to move forward and keep the costs down to business people. Or we're gonna lose businesses, and business is the infrastructure. Business is what keeps communities alive. So I just hope that you guys do due diligence and a lot of research and do the math. And I think if you educate the public on what's going on, you're in a situation where you're gonna have to do something no matter what. Once people know that and they can see there's different methods to go, they're gonna vote for the one that is the best cost effective, and you'll get the community support. But you gotta educate the public. People don't know where sewer water goes, they don't care where it goes until it don't. Sure, you know this, and so that's my input right now.
Thank you very much. Anyone else? All right. Last chance. All right, next we will move on to presentations. And our first presentation is Tillamook revitalization reports.
So, and I believe, hopefully, so, well, she's bringing that up. I'm Cynthia Casey. This year I was voted in as president of TRA. Last year I was vice president, and the goal is you just kind of move up. And I will let But I'll leave her to introduce herself.
I'm Rasheen Randolph and I am the treasurer, it's my second year.
I'm gonna hope that she stays well, because that's a tough position. So. Yeah, so we can go ahead and click the next one. This is just our annual update, every year. I think this is my second time coming. This is my fourth or fifth time coming and doing presentations at a TRA. Oh,
Right.
Great. Yeah.
If you prefer me, I can.
And I have stand more over here so I can see it. So this is just, our mission statement, which you guys should be aware of, and then the different officers. Currently, we have a vacant secretary position. That has been a position we haven't been able to fill in the last few months. We've put feelers out. Our social media person takes care of it, but nobody has really come forward to take minutes, so we kind of take turns taking minutes. These are the individuals who are sitting currently on our 2026 board. I put their business logos up there to kind of represent the different businesses that we have gotten in there. So we have Christy Lombard Pottery, Blaine Timber, Pelican Brewing, Madeline's, East on West, West Elliott, and Recurrent. So all those individuals hold board positions. We also, for one of the first times with TRA, we actually have more people that come to the meetings too. So we're actually growing out of the space above, the bank. So we use the banking boardroom, and sometimes it is standing room only. So it's kind of nice to see it growing, to see more people wanting to take an interest. There we go. Our 2025 events that we did last year, and one of them is going on right now. So one of them is the Charming Mothers event. So if you of any age and whoever can go to local businesses, there's a little map on the back. And you get to go pick up little charms and make a bracelet. You do need to start at Recurrent, because Recurrent has the bracelets. I was in Recurrent on Sunday afternoon, and she was already, after the first 3 days, out of bracelets. She had to order them. So that was a great thing. So it was a big hit last year with people. It's kind of a little scavenger hunt. You get this and it gives people, businesses have the opportunity to sign up. Little kids, I took my little 3-year-old grandson last year. We went to all the businesses and he picked out, you get to pick out a bead, put on the bracelet, and then he gave it to his mom. So it was a way to get people to go into local businesses, to help support them. August is Moonlight Madness. Last year was a disco theme. This year we are opening it up. We have 2, I believe, individuals that have come to meetings who are gonna give us presentations and head the chair that position. We kind of wanted to open it up to other community members. In the past, we've had one individual who has ran that event. And she's now taken on a full-time job, so we thought, and some other people came forward last year and said, we'd kind of be interested, so we just put it out there, come present a budget to us, what you wanna do, what theme you would wanna do. And so we'll see what happens there. October, Christy Lombard came up with what we call Spooktacular. So to go along with the downtown trick or treating, the month of October, we encourage businesses to sign up, decorate their business for Halloween with a theme. And then we had impartial judges go around and judge. And this year, I think we had a couple ties, I believe, yeah. So it was kind of fun. So all those businesses are gonna decorate up. December, we do Santaland. We've had it at Pacific Restaurant. Different vendors come in, and there was wreath building, cookie, gingerbread making, and then of course pictures with Santa. So those are the themes, the 4 main events that we do. And each of us kind of head up those. So not all one person is doing it. We are also very open to, if somebody has an idea and they bring it to us, we can talk about it, and we're always willing to do more events if somebody wants to head it up. Oh, wait, there we go. 2026 planned events, we have our elections in January. We have at the end of January, our annual meeting. Our goal has been with this current board and the board we had last year to have an event kind of each quarter. We don't really have anything in the spring. We have done a treasure hunt before. We just haven't had anybody spearhead that. Again, it's going around to local businesses, kids go on a treasure hunt. So we have Charming Mothers in May, Moonlight Madness, the Halloween Window, and Santaland. So those are again the current ones that we will stick with until somebody brings something else forward they want to do. We did the Chalk Your Art Out a couple of years ago, which was great, but then we did it on Mother's Day weekend, but it's always a 50-50 chance if it's gonna rain or not. And that's an event that we'd like to see somebody take it on and maybe do it later in the year. Our community, work. We will continue our events downtown. We're also what would you explain it? We're the holders, the keepers of the Veterans Memorial. We're the holders of the funds for the Veterans Memorial. As they need funds to update or do maintenance, they come to us and then we release the money. We're trying to make a bigger social media outreach. We actually have one board member who has taken on the social media this year to get things out on Instagram and Facebook, to just kind of get things out there, take things around to business owners who might want to know more of what we're doing. We do have the TRA website you can go to, and it is updated. Every month I update that with what's going on and with our board conference out there. And then we constantly are asking members to come. That's how we've gotten more board members. We talk to people about coming to our meetings. So, and it's great because the bank is a big help in that, because a lot of businesses bank there. So we kind of like ask them to be part. And our finances, there you go.
It's pretty black and white on that, obviously, our expenses were less this year, which was nice. So we have a little bit of pot there to spend on our events and things that people bring forward to us.
So, and I think we were part of, with the chamber and the city, I believe, the banners that were gonna be on the light poles, and then that kind of. It didn't happen, so that account was closed and that money was moved back into our general fund account. I think that's it. That was. Does anybody have any questions? Our next meeting is Wednesday night? Yes.
When is the night net? When do I net? So 31st of July,
Typically, yes, will be the 31st of July. But whoever heads it up will come to us and say, this is the date we want to propose. Historically, if you are been here a while, it has always been the first Friday of August. Well, this year, the first Friday is on Fair, and I'm pretty sure we did Midnight Madness and Fair. No, it would be downtown. So it's gonna be that, and the one time we did that, we did it at the end of August, which I didn't feel was, there was not good participation. So I think we're gonna look at July 31st this year.
I was just curious.
Yeah, it's just like whoever decides to come to us and say, I wanna do Moonlight Madness and I wanna do this thing, then we'll sit down and do a date there. We kind of do that, I think. The other thing that I guess I just found out tonight that I need to ask is, I guess our resolution needs to be, I need to ask for an extension because I didn't know that it expired. So we will work to do that, take care of that Wednesday night at our board meeting. Is that what I needed to say? I don't know.
What time and where?
5:30 Wednesday night above First Security Bank.
Go ahead, sorry.
I would say I'm a big supporter of the TRA. I think you guys do a great job. I'm a big supporter of downtown, so I just say keep up the good work.
Yeah.
I will try to attend your board meeting on Wednesday. We'll work on getting you, so just for the council, because there will be maybe some new people that don't understand. As part of our business licensing, we collect $25 that has traditionally been earmarked for TRA from every business license. So we've been collecting that as a pass-through account. We just need to update the terms of that. We've gotten some recent advice from the attorney's office on how to make sure that we update that so that it works better for legal reasons. And we will be, I will take a lead on that and meet with TRA, and then we'll bring that back to the council when it's ready to go.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Well, next is city sanitary. Oh, wait, sorry, did I miss it?
I'm not lost.
Uh-oh,
Having
yeah, let's take 5.
It's turned off.
We can see what's going on.
I can hear you.
Hey, I think he says he can hear it.
Yeah. But any sanitary company, I usually put on that. Things that they have
I can also still see you if that matters.
Oh, you can see it?
Sorry, it's not you guys just can't see what's. I just hit and share.
Oh.
Not easy. Right. They really start out, so they're supposed to do this. Yeah.
That makes more sense.
This is trying to plan with some, but first was. Yes.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, sharing the other, so looking on. Looking at this one, where's the? Is it?
There, I have to.
Got it.
Great.
So.
All right, are we ready to start back out? Hey. No.
That was a new.
Okay. All right. Let's get this back going. Oh, sorry, wait, he's coming back. Now, that's all you.
For sure.
We're pretty sure.
Okay. I'm Robert Poppy with City Sanitary Service, 2303 11th Street. We are one block to the east of the PUD office. Since I see at least one new council person since I've been here last, I'll give a quick overview of why I'm here and why the city council is important to our business. City Sanitary Service has the exclusive solid waste franchise for the city of Tacoma. So what that means essentially is we take care of any waste that's not liquid waste, which is the much more controversial waste in the city lately, it seems like. So lucky for me, it's not what we're doing. I kind of thought Ken and Nanda might be here to ask for an exclusive franchise to deal with the liquid waste. That's not what he was here. So what that means for the city council is any issues with solid waste come to me and I get to take care of those, but in order to ensure that all of the citizens of the city have the ability to get garbage service, you guys get to review our finances and make sure our rates are in line with the going rate for garbage service. And we apply those rates evenly to all of the citizens of the city. So that is the system and why I'm here today. So the cover letter just goes over, I was here, Terry reminded me not very long ago in about November, just to give my annual report. We did not ask for a rate increase in last calendar year. But this year we are asking for an approximate 5% increase to all of our rates for residential, commercial, and Dropbox services. There's basically three main reasons for that. Just cost of living increases. It's been about 2.something% the last 2 years. And then the dump fees have increased both last year and assuming the vote passes on Wednesday at the commissioners meeting, it will go up $3 a ton at the county transfer station. And then our other rates that are kind of going up faster than normal will be labor costs. So those combination of expenses are kind of leading us to need about 5% increase to stay in our allowable profit margin. And yeah, so the first page just a cover letter explaining all that. Then the second page is a sample notice to our customers. And we want the effective date for that to be July 1st. Pending your guys' approval, and then I just have our rate sheets that go over each specific type of service and what that rate will become. And then the last couple pages are our finances for our overall operation is on the green side, and then the breakdown of just our city estimates are on the right. Look over our finances, about the only thing that changed from last year is our truck weights in the city were quite a bit more. Our split between our tonnages are usually about 40% in the city, 60% in the county. This last calendar year, they were about 50-50 because there was a bunch of big, or for Tillamook, big construction projects in the city limits. The junior high had the seismic retrograde, new roof, bunch of new stuff. Same with the fire department. And then the Champion Park Apartments had a full exterior remodel, siding, decks, roofs. So those were three pretty large construction projects compared to the normal year. So is there any questions about any of the ratings or any of the information?
Thank you, Robert. So as you probably noticed, I'm new here. Could you give a brief history of city sanitary's rate increases over the past several years?
Last year, like I said, we did not raise rates, and the year before that, we had 5%, I believe, rate increase, and that was the first time we've done that in 2 years as well. So over the last 4-year period, pending the approval of this one, it would be about a 10% increase since, I would say, the early 2020s. Yeah. I can't remember back off the top of my head that farther than that, but. So 2 rate increases over the last 5 years that I can remember.
Got it. So you guys typically don't have like a yearly schedule that you stick to, or a matching CPI or anything?
As I like to not have to raise the rates every year just because it creates a lot of paperwork and stuff. So I try and do it every other year. It's pretty normal. And it usually follows the CPI pretty closely. Yes, I experience, unless there's some sort of event that just to put this on your radar in the future, so you don't think that liquid waste is the only waste that has issues in the economy. All of the trash from Tillamook goes to the Coffin Butte landfill in Corvallis. And I don't know if any of you have heard about this in the news, because you're probably not as interested in solid waste as me, but they are potentially running out of room there. And the county commissioners there have not approved opening up new cells. So if that was to be considered filled up and closed, we would have to then ship all of our trash probably out to Eastern Oregon to one of the landfills out there. And that would escalate the prices quite dramatically, potentially quite dramatically. So that's the only thing on the horizon that I would say would, something like that would cause there to be a rate increase that wouldn't stay in line with the CPI, something like that. Infrastructure issues for solid waste, that's the only thing I potentially see in the future.
Alright. Anybody else have any questions?
Thanks, Bobby.
Thank you very much. Alright. Working on here. Don't see it on the business for.
We don't have a resolution prepared for this,
Okay.
so this is, if the council wants us to bring something forward next time, we can. It's open for discussion. It is, I'm just going over the franchise agreement as we're sitting here. It is just a resolution by the council, so if you want to direct us to bring that back, we can. If you don't,
Yeah.
we won't. It's up to the
Consensus fine, or
council.
you need a motion?
I'm good with consensus.
Yes. Oh, yes, perfect. Yes.
I think I saw a thumbs up from Councilmember Rothmeyer.
Yeah.
So we'll bring something back for the next meeting. Robert, if I can work with you on that in the next couple weeks. Great.
Thank you. All right, next is resolution number R 202611, resolution adjusting sewer rates for the city of Tillamook, establishing updated rate schedule effective July 1st.
Well, this is the popular one, right?
This is.
Okay. Let me get to the right page here. So at the last city council meeting, we brought to the council, staff brought to the council, 3 different resolutions, 2 relating to sewer, 1 relating to water. I want to address the water real quick, just so that that is completely taken care of. We did confirm with the folks at Business Oregon that the loan that we have accrued, think of it more as a line of credit, right? We don't need to start paying on it until we actually use it. We have not used a dime of that loan. So based on the advice of Business Oregon, there's no necessary need to raise water rates this year. So we did not bring back, staff did not bring back a resolution to do water rates. To be clear though, the last resolution passed did authorize the raising of water rates based on a CPI, consumer price index. I think for this point, we're not going to do that this year on water, just from what we've heard and the increase that we got last year. We can revisit that as we get closer, Jamie, but I think the decision was to not do anything. Right, or the record, sorry, it's not our decision. The recommendation of staff is to not do anything with water this year. Fair enough? Okay, at our last city council meeting, the council discussed the different resolutions that we had. There was one resolution that was anticipated to be a 30% increase, and then another that was proposed to be a 40% increase. The motion that was made was to do a 35% increase, and for staff to bring a new resolution back to the council with a 35% increase with a moratorium on any rate increases between now and basically January 1, 2028, which would give us the entirety of the remainder of 2026 and all of 2027. Staff is also instructed to begin the process of looking into a general obligation bond that would go to the voters, and we anticipate that that would go before the voters on the November ballot of 2027. I want to be very, very clear, and especially for the public that has spoken today. Included in the packet is the draft wastewater plan that has gone through many work sessions here at the city council and with staff. The rate increases are recommendations of the experts that have worked on that plan. We've had lots of public meetings about it. Prior to the last city council meeting, there was an open house here at City Hall where we had the boards up and talked about and invited everybody to come in and take a look and ask the questions about the sewer rate increases and what to do. The decision that staff was given by the city council was to bring back a rate increase of 35% to stabilize the fund this year with no rate increases. We've drafted a resolution that matches that almost verbatim to Councilmember Oppenmeyer's motion that there be no rate increases until resolution of a bond election or January 1, 2028. We did include a clause that is included in all of our resolutions related to rates. That was in the 2 previous resolutions and is the resolution now that allows for updating, if nothing else is done, that the rates could increase by CPI following that. But there would be no rate increase until January 1, 2028 at the very earliest, based on the resolution that is written in before you today. So that's that. With the bond, there is lots that will go into that. The first thing that we have to do is hire bond counsel. This is a specialized attorney that works you through the bond process. The bond counsel will work with banks. We will have interviews with bond counsel. We have a working relationship with bond counsel already that we can utilize. The people are already under retainer with them, or we would have to do it. We'd have to go out to the procurement process on that, but we've got a really good relationship with one that we like. Two, when the banks come in, we would have educational sessions with the city council to talk about what we can and can't do with the fund. When we gave numbers 2 weeks ago, we kind of cold called a couple of banks and said, what if? Now, these are very regulated industries. They don't just like answering hypotheticals. So they kind of did a back of the napkin, here we go, this is what we can do. With the resolution to go forward with the bond, staff would then be able to bring forward these bankers, enter into agreements, enter into those contracts where they would dig deep into our financials, dig deep into our plans, dig deep into what we want to accomplish, and then give us very specialized and detailed information about costs, about payments, about how that looks, right? We talked 2 weeks ago about the two types of bonds, about a general obligation, which goes out to the public and the public votes on it. We talked about revenue bonds, which we don't have to go to a vote, but the council can do based on the revenue that we get from rates. The council is very clear in their direction. They want to go to the general obligation bond. I think that over time, and that's why we asked for a year and a half, basically, to go through the bond process, is so that we could educate the council and the public and be very open and transparent about everything that goes into that general obligation bond process. The costs, the financing of it, how it works, what, just everything that goes into it, would be brought before the city council on regular agenda items over the next year before we get into the deadline to put it on a ballot and then have the people decide. So that is what the plan from staff is, and I think that's the plan that the city council has asked us to do. And that's what we would like, that's what we are proposing in the resolution that is before you. So the resolution that we have is a 35% increase, and with this resolution, we included the rate chart that was updated to show you what those would be on all of our rate categories, and again, with all the number of customers. There is no future plans of rate increases, because I think what will happen, and I'm a little bit of guessing and conjecture on my part, is one of two things. One, if we do this 35% rate increase and we take this to the voters on the bond and the voters pass a bond, then we will take that money from the bond and the rates will stay basically where they're at. If the bond fails, we will come back to the council and say, what do you want to do next? Because it doesn't fix the problem. We still have the same problem, just later on down the road, and we'll have to find another solution. I don't think that the rates are going to change or do anything in that year and a half, because we can't. So you're likely to pass a resolution that says, I can't arbitrarily change rates. That comes from the city council. So if the council says that we're gonna raise the rates 35% and we're not gonna touch them again until January 1, 2028, then that's what staff will do.
Thank you.
Any other questions about that?
Any questions, comments?
I have a question pertaining back to the water. So, if we were to start drawing on our line of credit with Business Oregon, is there a specific rate increase that they ask for? Like, how did we get to the 18% that we were previously talking?
So if we started using that loan, what the recommendation from Business Oregon wasn't a condition of getting a loan, is that we had to raise the rates 18.5% to meet what the full obligation. I think they're assuming that we would spend that $7.2 million down, but we've gone a year without touching it. So we've got that 18.5% that we've been collecting for a year with no need to pay down debt service. So when we start to use that debt, then we will reevaluate the debt service that is needed, and we can adjust rates if need be at that time. But for right now, we're just saying we collected 18.5%. We were lucky in that we didn't have to use any of that loan. Let's not burden the residents and the businesses anymore on the water side. Period.
Clarify for me, if we do a 35% raise, does that 35% plus a CPI, or is it only 35% because we're doing a raise?
35%, no CPI. The CPI is a fail-safe if after June 1, 2028, nothing, if the council has not made a decision, then we could raise rates based on the CPI.
Which
Which
that generally goes between 2.5 and 2.9%, correct?
somewhere in that, and we've talked about different things on that, about maybe we need to adjust the resolution to have a floor and a cap. Right, so that we know that it's gonna be between a certain percentage or anything, but we didn't, or what date do we look at the CPI to say this is the date we will look at it to get that rate on that date certain? We didn't put any of that in because that was not part of the motion that was made by Councilmember Oppenheimer. And we wanted to bring the resolution back as close to that motion as was requested, because that's what we do.
So just clarify, CPI only goes in effect if there's no rate raise increases by the council.
No rate raises by the
And
council.
you choose to do it,
And
or is it automatic? If there's no rate increase CPI, does it always go, is it always used?
no, we would bring it to the council and say, do you want to follow the CPI, or if nothing, so you don't have to do a new resolution on that. It just says if the council takes no action following the resolution of the bond or January 1, 2028, then that is the default raise that we could. But I would think that we would bring it back before the
I
council.
would think for
And with the
transparency.
language. Sorry, the language actually says, schedule adopted here shall automatically be adjusted annually. So if we don't have any say in it once this goes through.
Well, you're saying.
Well,
now.
now we, but,
Yeah.
you know, that's assuming we're all still here in 20 minutes. There could be a complete voter recall of all of us, and
But the council could change it at any time.
if the next council realizes it's in here. So, I don't know, I'm a little skeptical of adding that in. When across the nation, the typical method, it's more typical to go with the rate analysis and that than for cities to automatically use a consumer price index adjustment. So I'd be in favor of passing the resolution without the CPI in here and address that if and when the bond fails.
Without the automatic.
Without the automatic. Now, if we change it from automatic to may with council approval, then I would be okay with the CPI in that, but not an automatic increase.
I'm okay either way. The automatic increase is something that we did with the water rates a couple of years ago, this council did, and has been in resolutions going back. It just passes through as we do it, as the code said.
My fear is with all the rate increases happening across the board, water, sewer, waste.
Sure.
That I think we need to be more critical about this and instead of having automatic updates, it should be more thought provoking. And I think that we should address that upon need rather than, all right, let's just go ahead and do it.
Say again, are you comfortable after this proposed scenario happens, and let's say it all goes swimmingly and everything? We have enough money to fix the stuff under the streets or not? And when can we keep that going? That's what got us into this, is that need there are.
So again, the 35% is a stabilization immediately, right, of the fund. We're upside down on that fund right now because of the breaks that have happened. Per the motion that Councilmember Oppenheimer made, that goes into our line item of capital improvements. Repairs are capital improvements that can last longer because we can repair that line and then we don't have to improve that line later on because it's already been upgraded in a manner of speaking. So that does go into the line item under capital improvements that we have in the budget. If you look at the budget, there is a section in the sewer fund for capital improvements. There is a line for system upgrades. This 35%, yes, to directly answer your question, yes, I'm comfortable that for 1 year, this would help us stabilize. It would give us the funding that we need to take care of the stabilization, take care of, hopefully cross our fingers and toes that we don't have many repairs that we have to do in the next year. But then get us set up for the bond that the council has asked us to do, and we can educate the public and get the bond passed, which we hope happens.
So I'm in agreement with you. I think it'd be better, we're gonna be held accountable. I have a feeling, you know, they're kind of a lot this year, so. It would be good for us to have that on our table, or whoever is sitting here. Each time that we have to do a rate increase, we always do, rather than just snap it up. Even in, for example, even the water, that showed us that was unnecessary. To have an automatic, sometimes things actually roll our way, which is pretty cool. So that would be I would agree with you on that adjustment. The other thing would be, just to clarify for the public who are listening, based on what you just said, there really will be no improvement on the sewer line until the bond is finished. Is that correct?
Yeah.
This is just a holding pattern until we get to the bond. Is that what I heard you say? Okay.
Yes.
Want to clarify. I'm a simple guy, so I was want to check it down in terms that I can actually get my head around, so okay.
Anybody else?
So with the question here, can we still pass this tonight?
You can.
Or do we have to have a
No.
new version on forward?
No,
We can just amend it?
You can amend this with the edits. We are prepared to draft edits and make those. And we're also prepared to go back in the back after the meeting and print it out and get it signed so that we can move forward. There's no reason to, in my opinion, no reason to bring it back to another meeting. We can move. This is an easy change in the document that we can make quite promptly. And I think if Chelsea nods to that, I think we've discussed this and that's what staff is prepared to do for the council tonight.
Go ahead. Justin,
Yeah, I just wanted to throw in some input on, I'm with Councilor Reynolds. However, I mean, if it's changed from automatically, just from a peer, it doesn't serve a purpose in here if it's changed from automatically, because it would always any increase would come to the council. So, I mean, if I was looking at this, I think from my support, I would want to strike the last sentence of section 5 of the resolution, starting at following that period till the end. I think that's just cleaner, and I think leaving this in there almost implies it almost implies that we're going to increase rates, by CPI, but the reality is if the bond doesn't pass, this is coming back to our table anyway, and we're gonna have to increase a lot more than CPI. So it's really a moot point once that automatically term is removed. So I would support passing the resolution once that line is struck.
I second that.
All right, I'll make a motion then. I make a motion that we pass resolution number R2026-011 with the striking of the final sentence under section 5, future rate adjustments starting following that period.
Second by Sandusky. Any further discussion? Questions called? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Thank you. Motion passes. I keep forgetting who's up there and it's still late.
Who's got a year?
He said aye.
Okay. He's aye. She said aye.
I might.
Yeah.
Right?
Yep. Sure. Thank you for being up at 3. I'm feeling.
4 now.
Is it 4?
It's 4 now.
Dedication. All right. I have nothing tonight. City manager comments.
Okay, just a couple of things. Touch a Truck tomorrow, beginning at 4 p.m. Right? This is one of our best events that we do as a city. So bring the kids, let them climb it in the rigs. We'll have lots of trucks here. It's always just a fun event. So 4 o'clock tomorrow, right out front of City Hall is Touch a Truck. Had a chance to attend the League of Oregon Cities, Small Cities Regional Legislative Update on Friday up in Manzanita. We got some good input from there. not too much has changed that we didn't already know about. It's always good to meet with the league and get that input from them. So I took care of that on Friday. Today, Chelsea and I attended the elections kickoff with the county clerk, right? Christy Neiseth, put on a training for elections officials. Believe it or not, the election deadlines will be coming up sooner than you know. We have 5 seats that will be up for election on our city council, 4 city council seats and 1 mayor seat. We have 3 4-year terms on the city council and 1 2-year term on the city council. That'll be up. And so we will start to publish those deadlines and such, but the deadline of candidate declaration will be in June. So we're, roughly 6 weeks away from when we'll start advertising and getting those out. So tell your friends and neighbors. This week is Public Servants Appreciation Week. Is that what it's called? Thank you all for your service to the public and know that you're appreciated. And the staff got some donuts this morning, which was great. So thanks to put that on. We've got some other things planned this week for that. I don't think I've got other things. That's where it's at. So that's my report.
Okay. Quick question for Sean, are you bringing the, what my daughter's called the boot camera?
Ours was broken.
That was pretty fun.
So the new Tower Oceanside is bringing there. They're really cool.
Perfect. It was always the talk of it every time.
Oh, yeah, every
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah.
All right, council comments. We can start on you.
I also look forward to the touch truck. My 10-year-old enjoys it very much. I would like to, little recognition from City Manager Lewis. I think the Tuesday updates are really well done. Not everything up here is rosy and perfect all the time, as you can see. So I appreciate your transparency to the public on those and kind of letting people know how things are going. And, nobody wants to raise rates, but that's what we're doing. And I appreciate you went on there and tell people about it. So that's all I got.
Thank you today.
Yeah, I got a couple of things. Some notes I remember. First off, I'd like to thank Chief Troxel and our school resource officer Trent. This past week, they worked hard with our students, 2 students in particular, for the senior project to put on the every 15 minutes program at the high school. This year, the feeling was especially poignant and well done. It's a hard hitting program that hits right. And it couldn't be done without the help of our local officers. Not just the city, but sheriff and state were also involved. And that support is saving kids' lives. And it's much appreciated, not just by the high school community, but I hope by the community as a whole. Okay, second, just to throw a nod at my colleagues across the state, this is Teacher Appreciation Week. And having done this for 31 years, I don't need your thanks, but my colleagues do. And it's a tough job sometimes. And it's a rewarding job, but it is also nice to hear some positives instead of the constant negatives and gripes that sometimes come with being in this position. We love your kids, love serving you and your kids, and we'll continue doing it. And then third and last thing here is with the upcoming election. A lot of people look at this and say it's just a primary, it really doesn't matter. Every vote matters. Every occasion of a vote matters. I teach government at the high school and I teach the kids about the election process and the civic engagement that they should be involved in. And one of the things that I try and encourage them to do is to vote without partisanship, to vote what is right, and to vote what's best for our community and our state long-term, and also what's best for economic prosperity. And sometimes that means you don't vote the letter behind your name. One way or the other. Open your eyes, look at the candidates, see what they believe, see what they're gonna bring to the table. Not just the candidates, but the issues that we're voting on as well, and do what's best. Right, we want a secure, we want a prosperous Oregon, a prosperous Settlement County vote. And if it doesn't go your way, then you're welcome to complain, but if it doesn't, and you didn't vote. Hush. It's my piece.
Well, I have to disagree with you because I think you do need a thank you. So thank you for everything you do. Very nice. Nothing.
I just, a reminder, I've been a part for about the last 12, 13 years. For our Memorial Day ceremony at the Sunset Memorial at 11 o'clock on that Monday, 24th. And we usually have attendance about 500. Okay, we try to keep it at an hour, and we encourage you to bring your children. Just would say that to all. We try to make sure that it's a ceremony, it's thick and rich and all that, but also it's been great to see the increase in the number of young people that so encourage y'all to come.
Nothing for me.
All right. Oh,
I forgot something.
we're not done yet, so go ahead.
And thank you for indulging my personal preference. Tonight marks the last meeting of my first year. We were sitting with the city manager told me. It's been great. It's been a year. So it's crazy. Time flies when you're having fun. Just want to get a nod from the council. It would be appropriate to schedule an executive session sometime next couple of meetings to go over performance review and evaluation.
Sure. Don't we? Oh, so it should be coming up. Yeah.
Just a reminder.
With that, I move that we authorize to pay the bills.
I second that.
Okay. So the second to pay the bills, please call the council.
Counselor Knopfinger.
Aye.
Counselor Bouchard.
Aye.
Counselor Reynolds.
Aye.
Counselor Sandusky.
Aye.
Counselor Christ. Counselor Ockmeyer.
All right, thank you. Passed by the council seat, and with that, we will adjourn. Thank you again. For 3 o'clock meeting. Very nice, or day.
Safe travels.
Have a good night.